What has impressed you most about him so far through 6 games?
It's hard because, he impresses me every day with his preparation and just being ready and being in shape physically and things, all the little things he crosses those long time ago. So I'm never surprised when he makes a play, when he does something, you know what I mean? The things that surprise me are, like the penalties, because he's so intelligent and he knows the game so well that I don't know why he does that. But, uh, you know, he, he's so well-rounded, and he's such a good player, and he takes everything I say and he's like, oh yeah, I'll put that into work, and that's what he does, and he had a small play on a lineman where he knocked the guy down, and it's like, see, you could do it, and so um, I think when you scout a guy and you say, wow, this guy could be really good, he's everything we expected, but the little things that he does, how he keeps, the team going, and, some leadership stuff and bouncing back from an ankle and being on the road and stuff like that. Those are little things that you don't usually see out of a rookie. And I put it to just, his family and stuff like that and how he was brought up.
So what's the next step for him in the second half of the season?
He's just going up the next step. You know what I mean? And that's what I told him. I said, I'm not surprised that he's made any plays. I don't subscribe to the idea that somebody could only make, a fumble recovery and a touchdown and an interception in one game. Every series you go out there, you could make a play. You know what I mean? And it could be a great play, and that's when I get mad, because I don't want to limit him in any way. I never tried to limit Ryan. I'm not going to try to limit Devin, because they're great players and they're great people. And so who's to say I can't make a play every drive I go out there? And he makes some mistakes, but you get tired and you're young, and, things happen. And, that's how football is. And just the fact that you keep coming back after all those plays is what's hard to do, but that's what he's learning, and he'll get there.
Do you see that seam coverage or the tight end stuff in the past game? Is that less of an issue now than it was in the preseason or early this season?
That was really just, he kind of got stuck, and we didn't work it enough in practice, and Seattle was hitting us on it, you know what I mean? Or they hit somebody the week before, and it's I don't want to say it's an aberration, but it's oh wow, we really got to work on this, and if you don't see it, and Vince was in the game, and then we were rotating still then, so it's a little harder to be ready for a play that early in the season from a good quarterback on a good team, so those things, that's just growing in the defense, and that's more on us as a staff preparing him better than his talent, you know what I mean?
Is his demeanor atypical? He seems so steady off the field with us. Even the other night, he was kind of matter of fact after the game.
Well, I think atypical.
He doesn't seem to have that linebacker sort of.
Well, he has that linebacker attitude when he goes and celebrates and he gets the ball, and like some things, like pointing at a guy who's an excellent receiver, is, that to me is atypical, because I think he should realize that he's a great player and he doesn't need to do things like that, because he's just going to make enough great plays where people are going to be like, wow, we just need to stay away from this kid, But great as you could look at him, and he's a nice kid, he's polite and stuff like that. But trust me, underneath all that, okay, there is a nuclear reactor of emotion going on, and that's what charges him to make those plays. So he may not be as outspoken as Greg Lloyd, or flamboyant as Kevin Green, or demonstrative as Joey Porter, but it's in there, and it comes out in these little spurts, and that's what you see. But then he's like, oh yeah, well, that's because he expects to do that, you know what I mean? And so trust me, that he is a linebacker through and through. He just only lets it out once in a while.